So if you're a new truck driver or a truck driver period, and you think all you have to have in your truck is you and your clothes and maybe some snacks and a couple of drinks and you're ready to go, you're wrong. You need other things in your truck to make your life a lot easier and make you more productive throughout your day or weeks. In this video, I'm going to show you some things that I keep in my truck that makes my life a lot easier and most likely will make yours a lot easier, make you more profitable, because if you're sitting on the side of the road broke down for some simple thing that you could fix if you had a screwdriver or something like that, I'm going to go through these things to help you out so that you can go down the road. Because I don't care what companies say, they're like, we're going to pay you for your breakdown time. Do they pay you as much while you're broke down than they would if you were going down the road? I don't think so. So in this video, I'm going to go over these tools and items. I have them laid out. My truck's a mess because I have them laid out so I can grab them and show them to you, that I use or have in my truck just in case I need them. And it's nothing elaborate, and it's nothing that you can't make room for. Trust me, it's little small stuff. So to start with, a little toolkit is ideal to keep in your truck. This is what I have. I bought it, I think, at Harbor Freight. It has some assortment of sockets, a little ratchet, has a screwdriver, has the tips that go in there. Things like, you can see it better here, has the little tips, the bits that go into the screwdriver, different ones, different sizes. I would suggest you get something, doesn't have to be that big even. Get something that has items similar to that so that you can fix small stuff. Something may happen to your truck. You know, I'm not suggesting you do this. A couple of weeks ago, they had been working on my truck and the clutch rod where they go together literally just fell apart because they didn't put a large washer to hold it together. So I had this toolkit, I got everything apart, and I just happened to have a large washer in the truck. So I was able to fix that and continue down the road. But that's just the way I am and the position I'm in. Some places you may not want to do that, especially if you don't know what you're doing. I have a little bit of mechanical knowledge, so I was able to do that and continue down the road. No big deal. The next thing goes along with the tools is a little small screwdriver kit, the little small bits, because these, if you have your lights go out on your trailer, the pigtail on your fitting that goes in your trailer and goes in your truck, they have small screws in them. If you have a wire that's corroded and you can fix it to at least maybe get to a truck stop to get a new pigtail, if they want you to get a new one, that's going to be a lot better than sitting on the side of the road for hours to waiting on someone to just bring you a pigtail. So get this. I mean, heck, these even work on like glasses. If you wear glasses and you have little screws in there, you have these. They work great on those too. So cheap stuff. That and this is probably $30, $35, $40, whatever, somewhere in there. No huge amount. No huge amount. And another tool you need to keep, and a lot of drivers, you know, if you're driving a refrigerated truck or a van, you're like, I don't need that. Why would I need that? You're going to need a tape measure. And the reason you need this, even if you're driving a van or refrigerated unit, reefer, is you call in, you just pick up a stop and you call in your dispatch. They're like, how much room do you have left? And you're looking at it, you're like, I don't know. Get a tape measure, measure it, tell them exactly what you have so they know how many more pallets they can put onto you if they need to, compared to what weight you have. And I mean, there's some other things that'll play into that, but get a tape measure. It doesn't have to be super expensive. I get, you know, I get one that'll stand out because it's flatbed, open carriers. You know, we have to measure overhang off the back sometimes, the sides, you know, how tall we are, things like that. So it's really, really good idea if you're an open carrier to have a tape measure. I mean, if you have to have permits, you got to have the measurements to get the permits with and everything. So keep you a tape measure, good tape measure. A lot of people don't think about this. They do, but they don't. Get you some type of gloves. Doesn't have to be these yellow ones, whatever, they're a little tight. Get you some type of gloves that you can use and keep on you. And I suggest that you get, these are kind of more thin for like summertime. And these is the ones that I use if I have to get out in the wintertime and say I'm chaining up in the snow or what have you, or even being open carrier out in the cold weather. I use these a lot. If it's wet, rainy, I use these. If not, I have an insulated pair similar to these that I use if it's dry weather. So get you a couple of different types of gloves that are going to keep your hands warm, because you're not going to be sitting in the truck all the time. I don't care if you do drive a reefer or a van. If you get in places where you have to chain up and things, you're going to need gloves. You're going to need good clothes. Keep some, I have a set of bibs. I'm not going to get those out, but bib coveralls. So I put these on. They're really easy to put on. And then I put my jacket over them, and I'm able to get out, chain up, do whatever I need to do if it's like super cold and you're not freezing to death. I hate being cold. So I keep plenty of wintertime stuff in the truck. I keep wintertime, summertime, everything in the truck, because you never know what type of weather I'm going to be in. Yesterday it was 85. Today it's 45. And tonight most likely going to be 15. I don't know. So I keep a large assortment of clothing and things like that to make sure that I'm prepared for weather, which I've been doing this a lot of years, and I go just about everywhere. So makes lots and lots of sense to me. Speaking of the weather, I got a couple of items here weather-wise that you need to keep that I suggest: alcohol and Rain-X. So the alcohol, instead of having airline antifreeze, all it is alcohol. If you buy the expensive washer fluid, if you cannot get any of that, for wintertime, dump some alcohol in there. It'll help. If you cannot get alcohol, go into the truck stops and there's a thing called heat. It's HEET. It's in a red bottle. Dump it in your washer fluid. It helps it from freezing and clear it out if you can't get the good stuff. Find things that you need or can find to keep everything moving properly, especially in cold weather or freezing weather. It's really, really hard to deal with in freezing weather. So the Rain-X, the reason I keep that is on my side windows and my mirrors. I put that on those because you see a lot of drivers, and you may be one of them, you're going down the road and it's raining really hard or just kind of foggy like, and you can't even hardly see them through the mirror or the window, and they can't see out their mirrors. You keep that on there, and as you go down the road, it blows off the moisture. Whether it's raining or just foggy or what have you, it'll blow it off. And it'll make it come off your windows also, or your mirrors, sorry. So put that on. Learn how to put it on. It takes a little time to put it on, but it's well worth it. Also, put it on your headlights. The headlights nowadays, they don't get hot like the old style did, so they're not melting off the snow and ice and rain or what have you. Put it on there as you go down. Makes it a lot easier to get it off also as you're going. And WD-40, everyone needs that. It's just an all multi-purpose spray. You get something, hung up, a door squeaking, or you have a rattle or something like that, whatever. Just get you some WD-40. I mean, it's always good for something. You're going to find a reason to have this. And that's another thing. You can spray this on your headlights and it'll help clean them off too. I guess the oil in it or what have you, it just works. I know it works. Works really well. So as drivers, we don't need to be holding our phone. I don't have my phone, I'm talking to it. We don't need to be holding our phone driving down the road, right? Let's not do that. We don't need to be texting and driving. Let's not do that. It's not good. I've seen a lot of bad wrecks with people doing that. Don't be one of those. You need to think about things other than that text or that phone call. So if you're going to talk on the phone, get one of these, something similar to this, and use it. Don't be holding your phone and driving down the road. It's an expensive fine for one thing. Another thing, if you run over and kill someone, you're not going to feel very good about yourself, I'm sure. So think about that. So let's get a headset, some type. I've got a little small one here also somewhere, but anyway, I use this one whenever I'm driving. It works a lot better. But get one of these. Get yourself a good GPS. Mine is not on because I have the power off, but this is Garmin. You can get whatever you choose to have as far as GPS, but get a good GPS. Do not rely on Google Maps. Google Maps is not set up for trucks. Do not rely on it. Get you a good GPS. That way you can get to places that you need to be in a safe manner. Don't trust them 100% though. I don't care what GPS it is. Do not trust them 100%. If you're going down the road and it like, hey, turn left here, and that's a little skinny dirt road and it doesn't look right, you may need to pull over and stop and make a phone call to your shipper or receiver or your dispatch and say, I'm lost. What is the deal here? Am I actually supposed to go down this little dirt road? Don't turn down it and get down there where you can't get turned around and then you're just stuck and you have to back out for miles. I've heard of that happening. Backing out for miles would not be good at all. So that's a few of the things that I use and have in my truck and keep in my truck. I've got some other things, but that's a few of the things that I use and I suggest that you get to make your life a lot easier on the road. So in the next video out of this series, this is the second one. The next video out of this series is going to be some organization tips. I'm going to go over some things and ways that you can organize your truck to make it more simple. So you can find your paperwork, so you can find your permits, so you can find the bill of lading on the load that you just dropped and you don't have to wait or look for it 3 hours and things like that. Just things that you can do to be more organized and make it a better flow. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you're new to driving, this series is going to be for you, I'm telling you. And this is just things that I think you need to know to help you. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.